Hi, this is Karen for Mojo Global. Welcome to the Mojo Global radio show. Today we have as our honored guest, Seth Lederman. Seth, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Karen. I'm great to be here.
Well, it's great to have you, Seth. And could you tell our audience a little bit about yourself and how you can help those listening?
Yeah, so my company, FranNexus, we work with people that are interested in exploring franchise opportunities, and they do that for a variety of reasons. It's either going to be a potential career transition. People are tired of the corporate runaround and the insecurity of job security, I call it, and constantly being let go and taking the next job, and they just want to do something for themselves. And business ownership is a great approach, but starting a business from scratch, or doing a startup, or purchasing someone else's existing business that has been run without processes, systems, and procedures and dependent upon the owner becomes daunting. And franchising is a great approach for business ownership for first-time business owners. So I help people navigate what are hundreds of franchise brands so that they could look at ones that are going to get them to where they're looking to get to personally, professionally, and financially, and not spin their wheels looking at the wrong opportunities. So we kind of give them the greatest chance of landing on the right brand that will check the boxes that they need to have checked personally, professionally, financially, and are going to give them the greatest likelihood of a successful outcome with that business, because the process we take them through is very methodical, it's algorithmic. And what I've learned that my greatest gift is, and why I love doing this, is I take the complexity and the overwhelm out of the equation and distill it down to its fundamental essence, and the things that people they really need to know in order to make this decision and be able to make it without scratching their head, wondering if it's the right decision that they're making in the first place.
And Seth, I am looking at, our listeners are not looking at this, I'm looking at a wall of awards you've won. You're humble and you didn't even mention it. Can you tell our audience a little bit about how you've been recognized by the industry?
So, when I got into this industry a decade ago, I came in with the intention of being a thought leader and an authority in the industry, and knew that, building credibility is important. And I got my 10,000 hours in. Everyone knows Malcolm Gladwell, right? And he talks about you need to get 10,000 hours in anything to become an expert. And you have to do that as quickly as possible. And I rolled my sleeves up and just really knew that this was a culmination of everything I've ever done in my life, in all my previous career paths, and all the skill sets, all the qualities, characteristics, and attributes needed to be successful at this is what I came to the table with. And it made sense for me. And it wouldn't have made sense for me if I did this at any other point than when I started this 10 years ago. It was like the perfect timing for me. And I have just become really successful at doing this because I'm committed and really care about my clients' outcomes and success. It's not transactional for me. I really want to make sure that if I can help someone, I'm going to let them know that. And if I can, then I'm giving them the greatest chance of discovering for themselves what is a very bright future that they never thought would be possible. And 85% of the people I work with end up in a franchise that they either did not know existed, or they end up in a franchise or an industry that they never initially saw themselves in. So I always tell people, keep an open mind. It goes a long way in creating a very exciting future. So as I shared, I work with people in career transitioning or investors. There are people that are happy with their job, or they're retired and they're just looking for ways to diversify their investment portfolio through franchise ownership. And there are very specific franchises that they would need to be looking at that will allow for them to own it while they're doing what they're doing, or not wanting to spend full time in that business. So it'll either be a career transitioner or an investor, but it's always an investment for both.
Thank you so much. And I suggest that our audience and I haven't done this to anyone before, look at all of Seth's awards because Forbes has recognized him, Excalibur, and he's so humble. You already know a lot about him by the fact that he did not name all the awards he's won. If someone wants to get a hold of you, Seth, what is the very best way?
Our website would be the best access, and that is www.frannexus, that's FRANNEXUS.com, or my LinkedIn profile. We have a very robust profile with access to our blog and website from there. Download our book, our YouTube channel, the articles that I've written for Forbes and the Franchise Journal are accessible there. We really, hold ourselves accountable as educators and informers in our advisory services. So our information is very consumable and digestible easily, bite-sized pieces, and it's cataloged very well. And it is geared for people that are looking at franchise ownership for the first time. So it's for most of the people we're working with, will find that information very relevant and very current.
Seth, thanks so much for being on today. We really appreciate you.
My pleasure.
And to our audience, we always appreciate you, and we look forward to bringing you the next Mojo Global Radio Show. Bye-bye.